Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Gabe. I want to talk today about automatic versus manual placements on Facebook. When you're doing Facebook ads and you're specifically going through Ads Manager and creating those ads, you have an option to either do automatic placements, which is the default option that Facebook has, or manual placements. I want to talk just a little bit about the differences between those and why I think folks should really look more at manual placements. The default that Facebook puts on in Ads Manager is automatic. And what that means is that those ads are going to be pushed broadly across all of the different platforms that Facebook has. That includes Facebook proper, that includes Instagram, that includes Messenger, and then what they call their audience network, which is just a bunch of other integrations that Facebook has. So if you leave automatic placements on, it's going to take your ad that you've created and push it broadly across all of those different platforms. And even underneath each one of those platforms, there are different places that your ad can be seen. So under Facebook, as an example, you have Facebook Newsfeed, you have Facebook Videos feeds, you have Facebook Right Column, you have Facebook Stories. All of those have different aspect ratios and different ways that they want to see the content. So my caution for you with automatic placements is if you're going to do automatic placements, make sure that your content is formatted for each one of those different locations. Because an ad that you place on Facebook Newsfeed is very different than something that you would place on Facebook or Instagram Stories, as an example. It's vertical versus or horizontal versus vertical. The aspect ratios are totally different. And if your creative and your copy are not aligned to the actual place that people are going to see your ads, it's going to look weird and they're probably not going to engage with it very much. The other reason I would say I would highly consider manual placements versus just automatic placements is that your budget dollars will be spent potentially faster when you have automatic placements. So if Facebook is serving your ad up in all of these different places, it's going to spend money to serve up those ads in all of these different locations. And so it may be a little bit wasteful because you're not getting the engagement that you could. So how can we do this differently? Well, by clicking on manual placements, you have the ability to completely exclude specific platforms. So as an example, if you wanted to say, you know what, I don't want my ads to show up on Instagram or on Messenger, you could just uncheck those and completely exclude those placements entirely. The other option you have is to select specific areas underneath each major kind of category. So again, going back to our Facebook example, maybe you've got newsfeed and right-hand column and stories and video feed. Well, if your content isn't all formatted for that, then you probably want to uncheck some of those. What I think is really important is understanding where your customers are engaging with the ads and then kind of doubling down your efforts in those areas where people are actually engaging. So if you're new to running Facebook ads, I probably would recommend running automatic placements so that you can see where people are actually engaging with your ads. But again, make sure that your content is formatted for those specific placements. Then what you'll want to do is you will go back into Facebook ads reporting. And if you have any questions about that, I have a previous video that linked to some details about how to analyze Facebook ads reporting. And you can look at where people are actually engaging with your ads from a placement perspective. So you can see, oh, Facebook newsfeed is really where I'm getting the most click-through rates and the lowest cost per click. I want to go focus on that area more. And then when you go in and create your ad, you can change the manual placement, or put it on manual placement, and spend all of your dollars or invest all of your dollars from a Facebook advertising perspective in that specific location where you know you're going to get the most engagement. I've seen this be really helpful in ads that I've run in the past. I've gone from 1% or 2% click-through rates all the way up to 6, 7, sometimes even 8% click-through rates just by changing the location of where people are going to see my ads. I hope this is helpful. I know this is a little bit of a longer video than we typically do, but it's a really important topic and one that I don't think a lot of folks are looking at. You know, Facebook wants you to just go automatic placements because then they're going to spend those dollars across all of the different properties that they own. But that's not necessarily how you're going to get the most engagement from the ads that you're creating on Facebook. If you have any questions on any of this, please feel free to reach out to me directly. Hit me up in the comments of this video. Again, hope this was helpful and hope everyone has a great rest of the day.